Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings, absolute greetings to all of you back on my channel of Eclipsedavide10, which is me. I'm glad to tell you guys that in this video, we will be going over the biggest news that I can possibly give to you guys, as you deserve. Luckily, it is mostly good news. Luckily. But not all of it, of course, because there is still one big part of the dramatic accusations that are being made about me that have been done without context again. And I will go over to that one last time. It will be short because, again, people, I just want to congratulate us on finally winning the drama war. All the people that I've exposed, that I've talked shit about, who have hurt people, who've hurt others, just been pieces of shit all around. Well, they got what they deserved. They got exposed as they deserved. And justice on the victims, well, this is the best I could do for those people. And I'm glad that I could do at least minimum that. I'm glad that I could do at least that. As these people that I exposed just completely do not care about anything or others, just completely don't care about anything pretty much. They keep blaming and blaming and blaming anyone but themselves. Keep saying they're the ones innocent. Well, I pretty much exposed all the truth, all the reality of the facts, and people, well, they still don't let up. They still don't let up to this day. It is sad, truly sad. So we're going to be talking about that. I'm going to just give out my speech 60 seconds about the drama because that's all I have to say. Adoak responded to the drama video. Now finally he responded to me directly by making first of all, he, as predicted, he finally made a video showing my face. And this, I predicted with 100% certainty that he would do that. It doesn't matter that it's a still frame with him writing pedo gaming on it. Like, it doesn't change anything. He still did that crap. He still did it. And that, people, is illegal. Because he shouldn't even still be having pictures of my face. He shouldn't be having anything of me. Yet he has that. He has that picture of me, and he should absolutely know that it's absolutely wrong for him to use my face like that and lie about who I really am as a person. Really just driving the point that the past about me didn't freaking change. But anyways, I just want to talk about the fact that he made a video himself where he showed text messages, just like I showed his text messages of him grooming a minor, and those are very real. Again, the context isn't there. It's not giving. He only showed the messages, the worst parts, and everything. In the exposing video that I've made about him, I think, and I'm pretty clear when I say this, that I've already mentioned the fact that he's basically completely manipulated us when we were minors into thinking his reality, the way he acts, his sexual shit is completely fucking normal. You know? I even made some examples about that. For example, if you teach a dog to bite, to hunt, and do whatever, of course that dog is only gonna know that. It's gonna think it's normal. And then one day you have the audacity to say, no, that's not normal. That's not normal. Motherfucker, if it's not normal, then why did you teach him? You know? Like, you cannot be crying over your own doing. Like, what I mean is, and I've said this before, is that Allah did this to us. He made us all do that shit. And again, I've made weird jokes, weird sexual jokes, just like him. Never at the same level, of course. But even if I did make them really, really bad, it was always just jokes. Well, he always meant that shit literally. He was always really, really serious. Always was. And it will always make sure that we understood that the way he explained it basically every single time is that he was never wrong. That the way that he did things, it was perfectly fine because he is perfect as he is. Always that was always his, his thing that he was always saying. He would always say, "Yeah, I'm perfect as I am. My community is perfect as I am." He would he would recognize that he had issues. He would often very much say, "I know I have issues." So he knows he has issues, but he never changed about that. He never changed for the better. He always stayed like that. He always stayed a very bad person. And I think I've said this before, but if not, I'm just repeating it now because it deserves to be said. The victims did not make themselves. The people that got hurt did not get hurt because of me. I did not do all the stuff that Alok did. He did it. He hurt people. And if people start hurting people like a fucking domino effect, that is exactly what Alok foresaw and did. Because he does shit, people do shit, fucking domino effect. It all comes down at some point to who started it. And it was him. Never once did I lie to you all in my videos about this drama or anything else. I have never once lied. I always made sure to give you all the truth and the truth only about the situation, as I would hate to be giving you guys false information, false lies, or something that isn't true, because blaming somebody for something they didn't do is wrong. Not blaming somebody for something they did do is even worse. And frankly speaking, it's been done that a lot too many times because Alok again keeps claiming that he's the innocent one, that he never did anything, while there is literally proof that I showed on my channel about that crap. And having to talk about this shit every single time is getting is too much. Which is again the reason why I vowed to never speak about that again. I have to speak about it again because he made that video putting text messages that I apparently said without context. Which again, this is another thing that I would say about me making jokes and whatever. When I made jokes, I would always tell him. I would always tell other people as well, especially the person that he claimed that I hurt, that I never asked permission or ever asked. He would claim that I never asked. Yo, does this make you uncomfortable? Does this make you feel weird? Like if you want, I'll stop. But I always did that. This is something that I did, even though I was in a bad mental state and all of that. I would always ask, is this uncomfortable? And the thing is, I would do these jokes with him personally as well. So why did he suddenly switch up? When I did it the way he does it to other people. Why did he not switch up when I did it with him, but he switched up when I did it with other people? See, he doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. I always asked if the people were uncomfortable with the jokes that I made. I always asked, hey, does this make you uncomfortable? Do you want me to stop? I think I said in my exposing video that some people just don't feel enough courage to speak out loud. So it will happen that sometimes they just won't say what they want to say and will just be silent, and they won't say, yeah, this makes me uncomfortable. They would rather be silent because it scares them. And that was exactly what happened with me with Alok. I was also not calling him out on him sending me and other minors porn because that scared me for my reaction. And again, I said that already in the video, which is crazy that I have to repeat that shit. I have to repeat that because people apparently do not listen. Apparently, as soon as bro pulls out proof, I have to put the counter argument that bro knew exactly what he was doing and you should not trust him. Like, I mean, people can believe whatever they want to believe, but I'm giving you plenty of reasons to not believe him. And I mean, that's a fair tactic. Because I am allowed to say don't believe him. Because there is nothing to believe. Bro is literally brainwashing you all. Again, like he did me, like he did many others. There is nothing that bro has said that is true. He's manipulating the witnesses too. Do I even have to talk about how the witness that he's talking about is literally a switch up and cannot be trusted? I don't think I need to say anything else about the situation. What I just want to say about the situation is that the messages, I did say shit, okay? But it was all just jokes. I always meant it in a non menacing manner. Like again, I thought that the way he taught us to make these jokes to other people was normal. Again, if you teach a dog to only hunt and then you get mad at him for hunting, that's on you because you got mad at him for hunting, which is literally what you taught him to do. Ado taught me to do this shit. Now he's mad that I did it. Again, he did that to all of his victims. I don't need to say anything else, bro. I wasted 8 minutes of my fucking time with this. I don't want to say anything else. The part about drama is over. We won the drama war. There is nothing else that I have to say about this. The victims, I've avenged them the best way I could by exposing Alok's ways. I don't know what else better thing I could have possibly done for them. If there is, I would gladly do that. But I've done literally the best job that I could. First of all, fixing myself, healing myself. Again, I've done God's work on myself, healing myself for the better of my own health and sanity. I'm literally nothing of what this motherfucker has claimed that I am and accused me of. Again, I was in the same boat as many people, and we were all minors, we were all kids. This guy is the adult. He should have been the one, making sure shit like that doesn't happen, but he's the one that caused it. Literally and speakingly, he's the one that was rooting for all this BS to happen. Like, that is how it is. I've done everything I could to make sure that I don't become the person that I was about to become because of that fucking mental instability. And I've done a good job. I've healed very well. And people can see that. If people don't want to believe that, that's on them. I have showed all the proof possible. I showed how much I've changed. I showed that I'm a completely different person. If people don't want to believe that, again, people can believe whatever they want to believe. But I've given people every reason to believe me. I've never lied a single time in all of these videos that I've made, in all of these conversations that I've had towards the audience and the people that need to understand this. I've never lied. This is the facts right here. All this shit happened to me and many others. This is my story. This is my story. And it is sad, but it is my story. And it is not a lie. It is not. He made up lies. Again, lies that have hurt so many people, not just me. Remember, this is the same guy that doxed somebody for believing it was the same fucking thing. For me, did I ever tell you guys that this is the same guy that made fun of me almost getting raped? I'm saying that shit outright because it almost happened. I almost had an incident from my own music teacher who almost tried to rape me in 2024. And this motherfucker had the guts to say I deserve to be raped and he hoped that I would die by said rape. And his community did the same freaking thing. And some of them were minors too. Again, same shit. He manipulated people into saying the worst shit that minors, people underage, should not even be dreaming about saying. Like, I'm holding my hands up on the people that keep believing this guy. I know that most of you guys are on my side, but for the people that aren't, I'm just saying this is your chance now to look at the truth, to look at things again. The choice is yours. I don't want to say anything else about this drama because it hurt many people. It hurts me. But we've all moved on. I don't need to say anything else about this man, about this community, or anyone else. Because I know that people will keep talking shit about me. But the lies that he makes about text messages or anything else needs to be addressed. And I already addressed that, but let me just do that again because why not? People seem to not be listening, you know? People seem to not be listening enough. So I'm glad I repeated what I already said in the exposing video in a more cleaner manner. If I didn't, obviously, it's because I have ADHD, I ramble a lot, but I never lied about any and all information that I've said so far. This is my true experience. I've never lied a single time because lying hurts people. Lying just hurts people. And I know this, which is why I never lied about this crap. This is my experience and the experience that so many victims have gone through. People obviously underage, people that have suffered. My exposing is meant to make justice for me and for those people. And if people can't see that, well, they've got a problem. In the video where he exposes me, he says, if people still aren't if people are still on his side, they're all lobos or whatever he wrote, which is pretty sad, calling them retarded or something because they didn't believe your side of the story. People can believe whatever they want to believe, bro. I know you've got a lot of people on your side too. Fair game. Again, I moved on from this story. We've won this drama war. I know you can keep crying. I will no longer be talking about this. I just did because obviously of the messages that you put, or the fact you put my face again on the internet, which again is on you and you will pay for it. I don't need to say anything else. People got hurt because of you, bro. And it is sad that you're trying to act like the innocent one when you're not. People suffer because of you. And you still to this day refuse to take accountability. You still use your body or your who you are to escape this allegation, to escape any and all forms of how do I say this, of accountability. Like, you're the same guy that said, because I'm white and black, and more said, mixed, that I cannot be racist, I can do whatever I want, I can be racist as much as I want because I'm black and white. Well, literally, bro, you look like a fucking shit stain into the fucking toilet, plus chocolate, plus warm chocolate, bro. I'm just gonna say it like that. I don't even care what you have to say about that because you've been racist to me. Like, you just know, you know? And you using obviously your LGBTQ status also to fall away from making fun of people that are from the LGBTQ community. Like, just because you are from there doesn't mean you can insult them. I mean, I know a lot of people that are black and will not be happy if another black person calls them the N-word. Just because you are doesn't mean shit. I'm done with this. People really need to learn their lesson. Really need to learn how this whole situation has happened. It's been 3 years that this whole drama has been going on, and I wanted to move on for so long, and I did. I finally did. Obviously, I'm aware that people will keep talking shit about me, but I have to address the lies about me. I have to. So, okay, I'm done right now talking about the drama, okay? Thank you guys for listening to this part. Let's move on to the next one, which is am I coming back to YouTube? Coming back to YouTube has been on my mind for the entire time I took for myself to heal exactly about what I said just in the dramatic part. After all, the entire damage that it did to me mentally from that person completely scarred me, and I needed to heal. I needed to get better. I needed to change. I needed to seek help that I couldn't give myself. And that is exactly what I did by taking a break from social media, taking a break from Fortnite, and just chilling at home, finding a job, going to work, and starting my life and career that fucking way. Despite all this, life is not easy, but at least it is not pressuring me in that way anymore because I don't have somebody like Alok again manipulating me, torturing me, hurting me, being racist against me. At least I don't have these kinds of BS coming from somebody because I don't have somebody like that as a friend, obviously. Because nobody's like him, man. Nobody's that much of a fucker like he is. But obviously, taking this break has made me completely burn out from making content. I'm gonna say it like it is. I burned out. I lost passion. I lost will. I lost most of the things that made me want to continue doing content in the past. It just made me lose passion because of, again, the entire pressure that I felt from that person. That is the reason I left. I don't know if I've said it, but now you know that that's one of the many reasons. Again, also Fortnite. Fortnite was mostly being my content base at the time, and quitting Fortnite means quitting your videos. Or so I thought, that's how I would have described it for myself at the time, you know. So I didn't really see any point in keeping going. Even with Helldivers at the time, I was also doing Helldivers. I really didn't see it. But the things have changed, people. Things have changed. I've fought this drama war for so long, and the results have come back. And the results are as follows. People like Adok himself, friends who later switched up, who were later revealed to be fake friends and just doing it for themselves. They all pretty much lost their marbles. They all just, in these 3 years, only got worse and worse and worse. If they ever changed, they only changed for the worst, day after day after day. While I, while I did the right thing by fucking moving on and leaving that fucking place. That place is exactly the kind of place that made me completely lose more of my mental health than I had already lost. It is the reason that I lost my sanity more than I had already lost it in the whole process. Like, that's the place where I lost most of my sanity. And then obviously shit happened, you know? That's how it all went down. Leaving that fucking place, all those people, all those bad connections was the best thing I could have done. It was the only option to truly change for the better. It was the only option to truly see if I could really turn my life around. And I won. I fucking won that. This war is over because I stopped caring. This war is over because I moved on. I'm the only one who truly moved on and didn't care about anything else. I'm not responding directly to these people anymore. I'm responding to the lies that they've made about me now. I'm responding to the lies that are made about me without context, without understanding my side, even though I've already said it many times. And I've said it enough times, so I won't repeat it. I won't repeat myself. I've said what I needed to say. It is absolutely childish for me to continue going on with this crap. We won the drama war with these people because they never cared. They never cared to change. They always stayed the same. I mean, they always say changing is a choice, and I fucking agree. They've had the choice to change for the better. Instead, they changed for the worse and didn't change at all. We won the drama war because they didn't let go of the past, which doesn't shape who I am today. I changed for the better because I chose to do that. I chose to not become worse than I already was. I chose to not stay in the same dark, deep pit that I was. Because if I had done that, my life would be over. And I am grateful for the chance that I got to give myself because I gave it myself. Nobody gave it to me. Nobody came to me and said, hey, take this chance. Go ahead and use it. I gave it to myself. I gave myself a way out and I used it. And I'm glad for that. Again, we won the drama war because those people just didn't care about changing. They chose to remain who they are. They used themselves to say we are perfect as we are. They acknowledge that they have issues but don't do anything about them, which is the main problem. But again, enough about them. Am I coming back to YouTube? Reason that I left, as I mentioned right now, is mostly because I was completely burned out of social media. I was completely burned out of the game. After all, this game reminded me exactly of the past, which is a reason why I had to stop playing it. If I wanted to stop thinking about certain people, I would have to stop using the same game as them. And that worked. And the reason that I'm back is simple. I no longer care. I won, as I said. I no longer care. I put my mind, my priorities elsewhere, to my people, to my friends, and to myself. Again, I wouldn't be here today if I stayed in the same dark pit that was that hellhole. If I stayed over there, I wouldn't have achieved anything. I'm glad I gave myself that chance to get out. And I'm glad for the people that still support me, who still saw through me and saw that I've truly changed. I'm truly glad about that. That is forever that's something I will forever be thankful for. Again, one of the like that's one of the reasons also that I got burned out and I left YouTube, the game, obviously, and also the social media stress that you'd get from YouTube and all of that, from wanting to give yourself a deadline but always not managing to deliver. Like, I remember always saying, "Hey guys, I'll be seeing you guys that day at stream at 8 p.m." And then I would say, "Sorry guys, I couldn't make it." You know how much it disappointed me? It disappointed me more than you would think. It disappointed me not to be able to give back to my community. It disappointed me not being able to be there. It disappointed me to not being able to maintain those promises that I made, because I just couldn't handle it anymore. My brain was fully fizzed out. I could not deliver anymore. I couldn't be there for the people that wanted to see me. And that made me sad, made the people sad. And I realized why some people were just like, "Where did you go? What did you do? Where are you now?" I get that. And I'm glad to say I'm glad to say that in the video where I said I would leave, I did say that I would come back. Imagine if I didn't say I would come back. It would leave people to speculate, but it wouldn't stop people from talking shit about me, which is exactly what happened. I mean, that's how it works. But people, I never stopped loving y'all. I never stopped loving YouTube. I never stopped loving the content creation. I never stopped loving that side. I never stopped wanting to come back again, which is why I've been planning this return for a while. I've been planning to come back for a very big while. And I'm glad that I can finally give you this news that I am truly coming back. But we'll get to that. Again, I'm glad that I just can't talk about why I got burned out of this motherfucking place. And I'm glad that that motherfucking burnout is absolutely gone. With me having finally healed and having a better mindset, I want to be able to deliver exactly what I can promise. And I won't be promising too much, but I won't be promising too little either. Again, for the people invested, we're moving on away from all the BS that's been happening around us, because I want to have a clean slate for our return. And obviously, I want to promise this again, because obviously, I shouldn't have been talking about the things again in this video, because this video is not about that. This video was more to address the lies made about me and not the people making them. Those people have no worth to me. If so, if somebody values zero, their insult is just as equal. Zero. And obviously, it's completely abstract that shit that did any good to us, but it only just made things worse. And it is good if we just leave it alone. I'm not responding anymore to the BS. They can say whatever they fucking want. People can believe whatever they want to believe. I've said the truth that I needed to say. I acknowledge that I did my shit. I did my share of shit, but I didn't do it with malicious intent, unlike them. They did all of that, planning it, strategizing it, wanting it. They wanted to hurt people. They gooned to hurting people. They literally got off to it. While I was just in a fucking world where I thought that shit was normal, because that's what they fucking thought. Okay? And again, I'm out of that. I'm out of that. And people just think that my past means that's who I am now. I said this way too many times, but it's not. I've changed for the better. I mean, I'm talking about how good I changed. People, we're moving on from that BS. And I mean this for real this time. I'm no longer talking about this fucking drama no more. I'm done with this crap. These people mean nothing to us, to me, to others. The victims need rest. They need justice. I have talked enough. I've said enough. I've exposed enough. So, dear people, dear friends, dear listeners, dear supporters, I'm just gonna say it like it is. We're moving on. I do not longer care about this bullshit. I want to move on to the next part, which I've been teasing for this entire video. Am I coming back to YouTube? Guys, you, I've got the best, biggest, most huge, most humongous, most girthy, juicy news for you specifically. My dear friends and listeners, I've got the perfect response for y'all. Yes, I'm coming back to YouTube. Yay! But obviously, will only try to be at the time because obviously I'm employed. It will only be a little part time. It will probably be around the one video, one short, or perhaps more. Perhaps, of course, I will be streaming too. There will probably be at least one stream every week, at least one. I don't know how long that can be. I will not promise any times. I will promise days. I can promise days. So you guys will get the schedule during the day. You guys won't be getting a fixed schedule on when I'll like based on the time I will appear. I already kind of prepared on how I'll explain it. Basically, I will have some days marked as I can game, I can do streaming, I can encode a video. Okay. And on those days, I will make a post that very same day at around like probably mornings, whenever I wake up, and say, hello, guys. I will be seeing you guys today at this time. I will say you guys the time during that day. So if it's around morning and you guys are awake in the morning, good for y'all. If you guys are not awake in the morning and I say morning, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you guys obviously will be lucky because not all streams will be during the morning. Most of them will be during the evening. As for the videos, obviously they are around forever. Obviously, the videos will have the same schedule. I will tell you guys, hello guys, I will be making this video this day at around that date. Okay, so you guys will know ahead of time which day, but you will only know the time, specific time, the day that it comes. Why? Just so people don't get confused, and so that it's that the news are fresh. The post is that day up, the day that it needs to happen, it's up. So that people don't get confused and saying, "Oh, actually, it's at 12 p.m. Oh, actually, it's at 13." No, I'm telling you when it is, and it is gonna be that way. And if I miss out, and if I miss out on my own fucking deadline, slap me in the head. I need to get that shit done. I want to promise myself, I want to challenge myself to be able to deliver to you guys exactly what I promise. If I cannot deliver, I'm truly sorry. I'll just need to do better. And I will do better. I've got people backing me up. Thankfully, hopefully. So on that very big juicy news. So let me just talk about you guys about what I've planned so far. So without further ado and without further waiting more on my ADHD, I will just tell you guys what I've got planned without more waiting. So first and foremost, you guys might have noticed that I started playing Fortnite again after my break, my very big break that I've took for my own mental health. So I've started playing that again, and I realized I'm kind of cracked at the fucking game again. Or maybe I just realized that I haven't lost my touch with it. I haven't lost the muscle memory. And that's a good thing, That is actually very surprising. 7 to 8 months of no Fortnite, and I can still pop off very well. And I can surprise a lot of people, even myself. I can really, really surprise myself with the gameplay that I'm putting on. So, for the new season that is currently Chapter 7, Season 3 with the new sprites, I will be preparing some videos. However, about Fortnite specifically, you guys might be aware of this, but I've got over 6 to 7. No, no 6, 7, please. But I've got over 6 to 7 terabytes of Fortnite videos from the past, obviously, that I've got saved up for so long that I just have to encode all of that shit. And I'm encoding that shit in 8K, which YouTube isn't supporting, but I'm doing that anyway. YouTube is only supporting up to 4K. So obviously, I'm encoding all of this shit, and obviously, the files came out to be from 22 gigabytes to around 113 each one. So obviously, not only do I have big files, I have to re-encode them into much bigger files because I'm upscaling them as well. Of course, CapCut's upscaler is a little bit cranky, so the video sometimes doesn't look the way it should. I think that's just my PC though. I think I like when I look at my own videos on my own phone, the videos do look a bit gnarly. But when I look at my own videos on other people's devices, the videos look the exact quality that I want them to be. So I think it's some sort of issue that I haven't understood. I don't know, bro. That doesn't matter. What matters is the video looks good. I've got all the effects needed. And yeah. Obviously, with those old videos, I'm not bothering in editing them too much. I've just got the video. I've added captions if there are captions. I've added the effects, obviously, and that is it. If I have to do some edits around it, obviously, before releasing those old videos, I will be doing some step by step cuts to that using YouTube Studio. I will not be manually grabbing the videos again and putting them in CapCut again. And then, I will not be doing that. Why? Because, brother, how am I going to do that? My video my video recording software cannot. I would have to do an extreme workaround to grab videos that I've already uploaded on YouTube and re-put them on my drive again after deleting them, obviously, from my drive after uploading them. It would need a very big hard workaround because, as you guys know, YouTube Premium is very expensive, and that is the only thing that allows you to download videos. You would think, oh, David, they're your own videos. Doesn't YouTube let you download your own videos? No, it fucking doesn't. Hello? Do you think YouTube is that much of a nice person? Bitch ass. These people are greedy. They will not let me do that. They want me to pay for YouTube Premium, but I won't do that. So I have to do what I can do without spending as much money and time as possible. So I apologize if those videos aren't to expectation, but those are very old clips that I want you guys to enjoy. And if you guys do want me to re-grab some of those clips and revamp them and make them even more beautiful, be my guest and ask. You guys can request anything to me in the comment section, and I will do myself the very best treat of trying to give myself a chance and making you guys happy and doing what you guys have asked me based on the highest liked comment, I guess, or something else, maybe a poll. Anyways, that Fortnite, that old videos, new videos, streams, shorts. We have got that. Next and foremost, we have our second in category, which is my second game that I would multiplayer game that I will be streaming, gaming, which is Helldivers, which you've seen. I'm bringing it back, obviously, because a lot of people do like Helldivers still. Some people don't know about it because it is completely different from Fortnite, which has a target audience of kids. But that game has the target audience of real. So obviously that too. For the people asking me if I play Roblox, no, I will not be playing that game. Obvious reasons, I will not. For obvious reasons. My little brother does play it, and I should take that shit away from him because it's not safe. But I supervise him when he plays, so as long as I do that, he's fine. I mean, he's got hundreds of parental controls I put on him, so I've did the best I could. So again, Helldivers is also on my list of games. And again, I got other games like story games that I will bring to. Obviously, that as well. For example, we got God of War, which I should definitely replay the trilogy on stream or on video. We should definitely be doing that. I definitely want to. What I also want to do is to bring back Minecraft. I want to bring back Minecraft. I was having a series on that. I even had my own server. What else did I have? Ah, yes, Red Dead Redemption and GTA 5, not 6. I will not be playing 6. I will not be playing GTA 6 for reasons that are pretty. How do I say this in the nicest way possible? It is very expensive. One. Second of all, it is only on PlayStation, so my PC cannot run it unless I fucking hack the fucking Rockstar database. But somehow, for the luck of the people that do love GTA 5, I already have it on PC, on Steam. Somehow I already have it. I already bought it, which I didn't even realize. But I found it in my library one day, and I was like, oh, this is here. I didn't remember buying this, but somehow it's there. Somebody must have bought it for me or gifted it to me, and I'm really happy about that. Also, again, Resident Evil series coming back as well. I've got Resident Evil 9 and all the other ones except maybe the remake of Resident Evil 2 and 3, which will I can just buy. I think we can do that. I mean, once I get my fucking paycheck. Anyways, people, those are pretty much the gameplay news that will be coming. I've got definitely more games that are waiting to come. If somebody wants to play indie games with me, just tell me about any game you want me to play, and I will play it on stream or on video. Another game that I want to stream on is VR chat. Some people might know this, but VR chat was one of my favorite picks back in the day. I used to play it a lot on PC mode, on desktop mode, which you would think, you're playing the VR game on desktop mode? Why are you doing that? I was mostly on the VR chat Amigo, just talking to random people, just doing bullshit. And yeah, obviously there's this part about VR chat, but don't worry, guys. This will only be around and around. Obviously, I was thinking about buying a VR equipment, so that I could at least have a body into the world, because people might not realize this, but I am one of those people that has never tried VR in their entire life. Because the one time I tried it, I was 14 years old, and I immediately got very VR sick. I got like sickness after putting on Quest, which they did advertise that might have happened. So you would get a little um, sick or disoriented after using virtual reality. But I'm willing to try it, so maybe I'll get it one day. I'll just have to figure out how to connect it to the PC, because I've never done that before. And no, I'm not doing any Oculus Quest shit. Nope. I don't want something battery powered. Or maybe I will, maybe I won't. I want the best quality possible, and my PC delivers that. So I will try to do it with my PC. If I have to use it with the Oculus Quest, so be it. Or something higher powered. Depends on the budget, people. Budget is very advised. Okay, that's all the news I have for gaming, people. I am very thankful for you guys for watching this video. I will make sure to tell you guys when I'll finally be uploading the first ever video after so long of having my break. Obviously, after so long of being not being on YouTube, I will make sure to tell you guys. Down the schedule, same day, same hour when I'm free, obviously, and I hope that we can do that. So, babes, see you guys on that beautiful, beautiful day that shall be upon us, the day of my return. We win, kings and queens. We're free. See you guys on that day. And obviously, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm glad to be being able to talk about most of my problems and most of the shit that is to come, and most of the stuff obviously of the past. And obviously, stay tuned for more. Eclipse David out. Love you guys forever. People like you who support me, guys like you who support me, are the reason that I keep going. Without all this, I would just move on with my life and just do a career and lose interest in social media completely. But because people missed me so much, I understand that. I miss those people too. Of course, I miss you guys too. So I'm glad to be back. I definitely am. See you guys then, people. Love yourselves, okay? You guys are enough and always will be. Bye.